Today, I'm bringing you a thriller that will keep you glued to your seat from start to finish. It's a chilling mix of supernatural suspense, brutal action, and jaw-dropping twists. Imagine a young college girl whose life turns upside down when a ghost, yes, a real ghost, decides to stick around her. And he's not the quiet type. This is the story of Kudo, a deadly hitman in life, and now, an even deadlier ghost. The film opens with a violent scene, several thugs ganging up on a lone man. But this man isn't ordinary. He fights them off with brutal efficiency, taking each one down. When the dust settles and he thinks the fight is over, a gunshot rings out from behind. The bullet kills him instantly. His body is removed, the entire area cleaned to erase any evidence, except for one thing, the spent bullet casing. That casing rolls away down streets and alleys until it eventually ends up in the city. Now we meet Fumika, a college student working part-time at a restaurant, but her real dream? To become a social media influencer. She goes to meet a popular online personality named Katayama, hoping to collaborate. But instead of helping her, Katayama ignores her requests and pressures her to drink and do drugs. She refuses the drugs but stays in the bar anyway, hoping for some kind of opportunity. Instead, she ends up wasting her entire night listening to his drunken nonsense and missing her last train. The next morning, they leave the bar together, but nothing useful has come from the meeting. On her way home, Fumika stumbles on a bullet casing lying on the stairs. The moment she picks it up, she gets a strange vision of the gun that fired it. She quickly shakes it off, pockets the casing, and heads home. Outside her apartment, her friend Maho is waiting. She can't go home because of trouble with her abusive boyfriend. Inside, they talk, but suddenly Fumika sees a man standing at the door, covered in blood. Shocked, she points him out to Maho, but Maho sees nothing. Fumika throws something at the figure. It passes straight through him. That's when she starts screaming, "Ghost! Ghost!" Maho tries to calm her down, but when the bloody man vanishes, Fumika finally breathes again. Maho soon leaves, advising her to see a doctor. Fumika locks the door, only to hear the man's voice behind her. Terrified, she tries to run, but as she's about to fall, he grabs her hand. The moment their hands touch, the ghost enters her body. Now they can talk directly, and even stranger, they can both control her body at the same time. She demands he leave, but the ghost, who admits it's his first time being dead, says he doesn't really know how this works. Eventually, he steps out of her body, only to appear right in front of her again. She tries to escape, but whenever she moves more than 15 meters away, the ghost teleports right back to her. Later, she sees Maho being harassed by her abusive boyfriend. The ghost asks, "Do you want to punish him?" She refuses at first, until she sees the boyfriend get violent again. She takes the ghost's hand, letting him enter her body, and together they fight back. The boyfriend ends up on the ground, unconscious. The ghost finally introduces himself. Kudo, a former hitman. He says he was murdered, probably by the organization he worked for. The casing she picked up was from the bullet that killed him, and until he gets revenge, he can't move on. Fumika refuses to help him. She wants nothing to do with his dangerous world. But that changes when the ghost warns her about two predators, Katayama and a guy named Narumi, who drug women in bars. When they try to do the same to Fumika, she teams up with Kudo, letting him take over her body. She fights like a pro, taking them all down, but accidentally kills the bartender. Kudo calls in a cleaner, another hitman named Kagera, to dispose of the bodies. From Kagera, Fumika learns fragments of Kudo's past, but Kagera's loyalties are questionable. Later, he lures assassins to Fumika's apartment, leading to a deadly fight where Kudo regains the memory of his death and learns Kagera was the one who killed him. Kagera admits it was under orders from the new boss of the organization, who had turned corrupt. Kudo had been tired of life and even gave Kagera the chance to finish him off. Fumika decides the only way to end the danger is to kill the boss himself. Kagera warns her it's suicide, but ends up joining her and Kudo anyway. In a final explosive showdown at the organization's base, they kill the guards, cripple the boss, and finish him off, finally freeing Kudo's spirit. After the battle, Fumika thanks Kudo, but he's gone. Kagera promises to cover her apartment repairs and disappears from her life too. Days later, Fumika finds the same bullet casing again. She smiles, tucking it into her purse, hoping maybe, just maybe, Kudo will come back. And that's the wild ride, packed with brutal fights, supernatural twists, and a ghost with unfinished business. Would you help a ghost get revenge if it meant risking your own life? Or would you run? Let me know what you